I just came out of the Venom press screening, and boy, do we have to talk. Tom Hardy's Venom hits theaters this week, and I just came out of the press screening. Whew, that was an interesting ride, to say the least. There are some people calling this like the Catwoman movie. I don't know where these people are coming from. Apparently they did not see Catwoman, because that is just asinine to call this film Catwoman. This film is crazy, entertaining, crazy, and you laugh a lot, and it kind of makes sense why you're laughing. And then there's just bad filmmaking on top of it. It's weird. I told the PR people that it was the most fun I had at a bad movie, like, because I was laughing, I was entertained, there was things going on. I mean, Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock and the Venom back and forth is just insane. Like, just insane is the word I'm going to use a lot for this film, because it is insane. The back and forth, it comes off really funny, the back and forth, which makes sense, because if you read the comic books, you never get this first interaction between the symbiote and Eddie Brock. So you don't go through the holy shit, what just happened to me thing. You know, when he shows up in 298, like, he's a cold-blooded killer at that point in time. And here he's just like learning what's going on and fumbling along, and the symbiote's carrying him along, and I'm like, oh my god, this is really interesting. It's a cool kind of origin story to the character. So if you're a fan of Venom, you're going to like this film because of just Tom Hardy and the symbiote and the interaction going on with that. What else? It's a full-blown 90s action movie. You know, there's like a soundtrack going on with this. You know, the car chase is full with overblown, out of control music that's score, and I don't know who scored it, but like, I don't know what they were thinking, but it was just crazy. But like, all the different elements is just like, it's just like every action movie I watched in the 90s that had anything to do with sci-fi, and like, this is what happened. Again, it's like a fun, entertaining film. You know, just go in there, get your big old popcorn, or hit the bar, and just sit back, turn your brain off, and watch it. And you'll be like, oh, okay, it was maybe worth, you know, I don't know, if you're paying $20 at IMAX, it's not worth $20. But if you're paying $10, it's worth $10. It's worth $10. What's bad about this film is Ruben Fleischer, the director, he should not direct ever again. Like, just straight up, never direct. His continuity is horrible. Like, stuff would fall out of a box, next scene, the box is perfectly together. Just things would move around from scene to scene. Like, did you forget to pay the continuity person? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So continuity is off. The biggest thing is, like, this is a typical superhero film that's had all the flaws that other superhero films have had. Venom is fighting another version of Venom. Why is it so hard to come up with a villain that is not an identical ripoff of your hero? Come on! Seriously! Why? Oh, man. Yeah, the hero and villain, same thing. It's just crazy. Continuity. Here's the thing. After this film, what I want to see is a good writer and a good director take Tom Hardy and the Venom that he has created and make a film. Because then you will actually have a really good actor who can handle the crazy of Venom and the psychological stuff that's going on, and just pull it off. And then you give them a good script where actually stuff happens, and it's just not explosion, and just swinging around and making, you know, snide remarks. But like, you actually have a script that actually is meaningful. Like, this would be epic. And so that's what I got out of the Venom film, is like, hope that this film makes money, and then somebody comes along and is like, okay, I got a good writer and I got a good director, and we're gonna make something like good quality cinema. That's what I want to see with Tom Hardy and him playing Eddie Brock in Venom, because he was amazing at it. Like, I'm a little upset at that. But there are 2 post-credit scenes. One I'm not going to spoil for you, is like right in the beginning, and then the one at the end made my day. Is you get to see 10 minutes of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and watching the animation on YouTube or like on your computer, even if you have a big desktop computer, or even if you go to like YouTube on your TV, like you're like, the animation is good, but to see that animation on the big fucking screen, oh my god, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is going to be an amazing experience at the cinema, and I'm so jazzed that Sony popped that on at the end of the film, because it was glorious. Overall, Venom, it's not bad and it's not good. So it's a forgettable film that we've seen hundreds of those over the past couple of years. But Tom Hardy's Venom is not forgettable. Like, it is straight up like, hey, I'm in your face and it's going to be crazy. And I hope that the film makes money, and so that we can get a good director, good writer. I'm going to give this like a C+, like a C+. So a C+, so it's like a 3, and acting is going to probably get like a 3.5. So I'm probably going to give it like 3.25 stars out of 5. That's what I'm thinking. Like, acting, writing, direction, cinematography, everything is average except for Tom Hardy's skill. It was glorious. So what I want you to do is, if you go see Venom, come back here and leave a comment and tell me what you thought of the film. If you don't see Venom, tell me what superhero film you want to see next. But I'm Matt Sardo. This is Monkeys Fighting Robots, and I will talk to you in the webs. Spider webs. I'm out.